Okay, sir. Thank you.
Somewhere in the world one day, there were two frogs. These frogs were best friends, like brothers. One was fat, the other one was thin, but they got along well nevertheless. Always looking for trouble and adventure, they were hopping around the countryside when suddenly they saw a farmer leave a bucket in front of a stable. Curious as those two were, they went over to see what was in the bucket. Because the bucket was too big, they couldn't see what was inside, and so they just jumped in. The bucket was filled with milk, but they couldn't get out as the sides were too slippery, so they were just swimming around. They swam and they swam, but still couldn't get out. After 1 hour, the fat frog said to his thin friend Frog, "Brother Frog, there's no use paddling any longer. We're just going to drown. We will die. It is inevitable. So we might as well give up. There is no point. No one will come and save us. Nor will we turn into butterflies and fly away. We are doomed." But his friend replied, "Hold on, brother Fat Frog. Keep paddling. Somebody will get us out, eventually. As long as we don't give up, we won't drown and we can't die." And so they continued paddling for hours. As the sun started to go down, the fat frog said, "I can't go on any longer. There is no sense in doing it because we are going to drown anyway. What's the use? I have given up already." And the fat frog stopped swimming. He gave up, and he drowned in the milk, and he died. The skinny frog was devastated that he had lost his best friend since pond days, and couldn't hold back his tears. But more determined than ever, he started paddling even faster and faster to numb the pain. Suddenly, at around midnight, he noticed that he had turned the milk into butter because he had been paddling for so long, and so he was able to jump out of the bucket. He let out a joyous yell and jumped back into the woods. He was alive. He had made it. But he was also sad because he lost his best friend. He knew that he hadn't been able to help his fat friend. Because once his friend had made the decision to give up, he was doomed. You see, we never lose as long as we don't give up. Years later, he married a frog lady and had lots of frog sons. He named them all after his fat frog friend to keep his memory alive and because he missed him so dearly. And every night he would tell his frog children the story of the fat frog who gave up, so that they would never give up in life. See, life is hard, but you have to be harder and smart. Always be grateful for what you have and never give up. Because as long as you don't give up, you can't lose. Thanks for watching. Stay
So, I hope you like the story. Uh, Now we'll move forward. In the last class, I have started discussing about different components of EDM machine, and six out of all were covered. So I discussed about power supply unit, and I said that in today's class I'll be discussing more about it. And then secondly, we discussed about dielectric, and then third we have discussed about electrodes. What are the properties to be present in a good electrode, and what are different electrode materials, and what kind of problems we can face through electrodes, that also we have discussed. Then in the last class we have also discussed about importance of servo system, and then we have also discussed about electrode refeeding. Okay, so what is the importance and why we should go for refeeding, that we discussed. And again, we have talked about the CNC EDM, and here I have given some example of turning operation, what happens in case of turning. And then I said, like, we if we use CNC technique in this case, then we will be able to minimize many problems or many difficulties. So in context of that, few more things I will be adding in this CNC EDM part only, and then we will go for different types of EDM generators. So I already discussed in last class what is EDM, CNC, and why it is required to be installed or to be integrated with EDM process. So with CNC EDM, it will be possible to run jobs which are unattended overnight or several days together, as well as it is possible to minimize the setting up time. Operator need not be all the present all the time with EDM machine, and because of that time he can do some other work, okay, by which we can make use of our operator, and we can even go for a better productivity, okay, or else we can go for planning for another job. So when it is possible if we go for something called adaptive control system, ACS. Okay. So when it is possible if and only if we install or we integrate something called ACS. Anyhow, in your CAD CAM subject, you will be studying about ACS or adaptive control. Okay, so what is the meaning of it, why, how it works and all. So in CAD CAM you will be studying it. So it monitors power supply parameters as well as the sampling of electrical conditions. Okay, means when time is increasing or we are going with time, then what are the changes in electrical conditions for each pulse, that it will monitor, and what kind of protection or what kind of measure it has to take, so that also it will do automatically. So by the use of CNC, mechanical orbiters have been replaced by software orbiters, by which orbiting pattern of any shape can be programmed, and orbiting electrodes in the dielectric field, which will result in better flushing, that also can be achieved. Okay, but in CNC ADM we have got AC facility. Okay, so the machine tool can be programmed to react electrodes from the workpiece periodically, so that the flow of clean fluid take place into the spark gap or inter-electrode gap. Okay, so improved flushing that can work along with adaptive control system. Okay, and in this but the good thing is we can have a nowhere setting, okay, which will improve the repeatability of the process. Okay, now there is something called ATC. ATC, it is not air traffic control. Okay, it is known as automatic tool changer. Automatic tool changer. In most of the CNC machines, if you come to our what is that CAD CAM lab also, you may find one CNC lathe machine which is available over there. With that we have connected one pallet, or it is like ATC or automatic tool changer. So similarly, if we have a CNC milling machine also, there will be different end mill cutters. So those will be kept in different position. Say if we have 8 station tool system, we may have 6 station tool system. So automatically it will be something like you will have a disc kind of thing. Okay, and in the this kind of thing you will have this kind of holes. Okay, this kind of slots will be made. Say here I have kept 5. Okay, so this is position 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So in all these position we will be keeping some either drilling tool or milling tool, some tool we will keep. So whenever we are giving the code of changing of the tool, say M06 we have given, and then we are choosing say T03. So what it will do, we will have some sensor. So it will keep on rotating. It will come and it will rotate, and this tool will be coming in line with the spindle. Okay. So the spindle, what it will do, it will so what the spindle will do? The spindle will means pick the tool from this place. Okay, it will pick the tool from here, and then it will means some if the suppose tool number one's function is over, then it will drop it here. Then it will come this side. So here it will choose tool 2 or tool 3, and then it will grip it up. Okay, so this complete process is done automatically, and this is the function of ATC. Okay, so ATC is the most recent innovation in which tools are mounted on the tool holder and it is stored in a carousel. Okay, so until it is called for the by the CNC program, as I said. Okay, and the ATC employed on EDM machines helps to change electrodes automatically if any program sequence is given. Okay, so why it is done? In order to minimize the total production time. Okay, say you are going to do some machining with a graphite electrode. Okay, then you have got some copper electrode, and then you have got some copper tungsten electrode. So initially you will be using it. Immediately after some time, if you have given this kind of program, so by following the program you need to change the tool, and again you may have to go for some other tool, maybe with different diameters of tool. Okay, so all this process will be done automatically by the help of ATC. So any manual effort is not required. So that will help us in reducing the total production time or the job lead time. Okay, clear? Now CNC EDM was means we will have many CNC mediums. We will have different station automatic tool changers. As I said, it may have 6 station, it may have 8 station, it may have 16 station. So it may have. Okay, so this is about this thing. And recent systems will have a automatic electrode zeroing feature. Okay, so what will happen automatically, but this feature will help the ADM to find out the correct starting point. So last class I have discussed about electrode refeeding. Okay, so I said you that refeeding means we have to remove the tool, and once again we have to bring it to the 0th position. You may go through this diagram once again. Okay, so I mentioned in this diagram that this is the 0th position. Okay, so all the time you have to remove and you have to fix. So automatic electrode zeroing position means automatically here will place a sensor, and the tool will be given some progress. Okay, or it will be given some feed, and it will come in front of the zeroing position. Okay, so that system also is possible to have by using CNC EDM. Okay, now next. So next, as I said, that we will move forward for the types of EDM generators. Okay, let's study about types of Types of EDM generators. So in types of EDM generators, we can use generally four types of generators in order to supply power to the EDM machine. Okay, so number one is the most commonly used generator, which is called as resistance capacitance. Resistance capacitance or RC type generator. Okay, number one. Number two, we have something called rotary impulse type or rotary impulse type generator. The third one, we have electronic pulse generator. And the fourth one, which is the latest one, is hybrid EDM generator. Okay, so we have got these four types. So what I said, that resistance capacitance or RC type is the most common one, and then we have got rotary impulse type, then electronic pulse generator also we have, and hybrid EDM generator, which is the latest one. Okay, so one by one we will study about these generators or workings of these generators. Actually, there are some mathematical calculations involved, but I don't think for you it is that much important, or it is important. So if anybody is interested, you can go through the book, EDM book, or else if you want me, then I'll keep this calculation part in your drive. But it is not important, and I have not seen any time this question has come. But this type of generator will come, and it's working, and all these things will come. It has come many times in your exam. Okay, so try to understand the circuit diagram of the first one. So first we will be discussing about RC type. Number one, we will discuss about RC type generator. Everyone draw the circuit diagram properly. Okay. So in RC type generator, we will have a charging unit and we will have discharging unit or charging circuit as well as discharging circuit. Okay, so everyone draw along with me. Initially our requirement is that if we consider this is the tool in electrode, and here we will have the workpiece. Here we will have the workpiece, and this workpiece will be kept, the workpiece and table that will be kept in a dielectric chamber. Okay, now it is known that this part is positive and this part is negative. Okay, in case of straight polarity. Now here I will connect it to a zone. Okay, and here I will be placing capacitor C. Okay, and so definitely in this case what we have to do, we have to supply some power to the electrode and workpiece. So this circuit is nothing but the discharging circuit. Now we have to give some charge. In order to give charge, we will connect it with this side negative, this side positive. Okay, here we have got a resistance R. Okay. So as I said, here in this portion or this complete side is charging circuit, and this side is discharging circuit. Okay, right? Okay. So here we have got the power source, positive and negative. Okay, and this has to be a DC power source. Oh, this portion can sometimes be replaced. Okay, it can be indicated by something like a diode also. You might have studied already what is diode. Okay, so this portion sometimes is done. This is negative, this side is positive. Okay, this also is possible. We can do it. Okay, right. So as here we are using one resistance and one capacitance. That's why this is known as RC circuit. Okay. And I said the left hand side, this portion we will be charging the capacitor, and this side the charge will be drained or we will discharge it from the capacitor. Okay. Now graphically I will say, I will show you what happens. Okay, and what is the curve between time versus voltage, and in which case the circuit will be on, that means we can find T on, and in which case we will go for T off, or we will find that there is no spark between tool and the workpiece. That we will see. Okay, so everyone has drawn the diagram. Everyone has drawn the diagram.
Yes, sir.
Done. Okay, then we will move. So when we are applying some potential difference, when we are applying potential difference, when we are applying potential difference, then we will find that the curve or the graph I was telling you. So this is time, and this side we are keeping voltage. Okay, so our intention is to reach, say, for example, this much. Okay, in order to generate spark, right? So and this level is, say, VC star, or to charge the capacitor fully. So this is VC star. Okay, so what will happen? We will find that this will be the profile. Everyone draw properly. Okay, this will be the profile. Okay, right now this portion, in this portion everywhere, so from here also, here to here, so this portion capacitor is getting charged. Capacitor is getting charged, and during this process or this duration, the capacitor is discharged. Is it clear? Okay, right? And for charging, we consider the time is Tc, and discharging we consider we are getting or it is taking some time Td. Now, when we can find T on, so I said we have to find T on and T off. Okay, so which one? This one will be T on or this one will be T on? Can anybody tell? Whether the charging time or capacitor charging time, that means Tc, is equal to T on or Td, that means the time taken to discharge, that will be indicated as T on. Can anybody tell? You are saying Tc is equal to T on. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Some response? Give some response.
No, sir.
You don't know? Okay. So in this portion, the capacitor is getting charged. Okay. And in this portion, the capacitor is getting discharged. So when it will charge, when it will discharge, it is a very simple or common sense. Charging is only possible when you are not generating any spark. Charging only is possible. Generally, suppose your battery got drained, your camera, your not camera, your mobile battery got drained. So you will put it for charging. So that time you generally will not perform any work. And when you are performing some work, like for example, right now you are attending the online class. So this time your battery is getting discharged. Okay, that means you are performing some work. So similar to this, but in case of mobile it is different. We can put our plug in and then we can perform some work, but it is not like that. Generally, as I said. So here, as I said, we will not perform any work in this time during charging time. So that's why this Tc is nothing but T off. Okay, clear? And discharging time, this time only we need to supply sufficient power, okay, to the metering zone, and that will be equivalent to T on, that means pulse on time. Is it clear to all? I hope you understood it. Okay. So this is something. So T on and T off as well as TD and TC, both things you understood. Okay. Now a very simple one derivation we will do. Okay, we will try to find out what will be the voltage at charging unit. Okay, or charging side, and discharging also we can find out what is the voltage in discharging circuit, and similarly we can find out the current as well as current in both the circuits. Then we can even calculate what is the energy dissipated across that process. Okay, and what is breakdown voltage and all. Then by using RC circuit, what is the material removal rate. So many things are there, but I said that those many things are not required as of now. Okay, so just only one derivation I am going to explain you. So in the previous diagram which you have drawn already, you mark a few things like here RC you make. Okay, you make the voltage here is VCT, and the current which is passing ICT. Okay, this is because charging unit here, and here it is discharging ID, you can keep. Okay, and here the voltage that means the voltage which we have given in open circuit or open circuit voltage already we have seen in last few classes, that is considered as VO. Okay, that is considered as VO. So just note it down, then we will move forward. Okay, for the what is that calculation part. Okay, some analysis we'll do, like charging voltage and charging current. What will be that? We are anyhow, we can find out discharge also, but uh, have you marked it? Noted down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will move for analysis of RC circuits. Analysis of RC circuits. And in that, we are going to discuss about charging voltage and charging current. I said discharging unit also you can go for, but we are not studying it here. I'll anyhow provide the material. If you want to study, you can study. Now, what happens? The circuit which we have shown in the diagram, that can be called as relaxation type circuit also. So as I said that in that circuit we have got charging and discharging circuit, and the charging current in charging unit can be represented ICT, where the time for which the current is flowing through charging circuit, it is T. Okay, so we can write that ICT, I equal to what? V by R. So here we need to find out the voltage difference. So what is the open circuit voltage? That is VO, and some voltage we are draining to the capacitor, which we have represented by VCT. V by R, how much resistance we have kept? That is RC. Okay, so this equation we can get along with another one equation, that is ICT, that is the capacitor, how much charge it is taking during that charging time. So that can be multiplication or product of the capacitance along with d VCT by dt. That means the voltage per unit time in that capacitance, how much we can get, okay, or how much time it is charged. So it is a function of that. So that's why ICT can be this one as well as we can mention this one. Clear? Noted? Okay. So after that, we can tell like, okay, so as this one is equal to ICT as well as this one is equal to ICT, so this one is equal to this one. Okay. So next we are going to write that only. So from here we can write that VO minus VCT divided by RC is equal to C into D VCT divided by dt. Okay. Now from here we have to find out this part. Okay, clear? So D VCT, and if we bring it down, this one here, if we bring, and C also if you bring here, what will happen? DVCT divided by V0 minus DVCT divided by VO minus VCT. Okay, so that should be equal to this side. Okay, that will be 1 by RC into C dt. So from here, can we write it? So after that, next. So here everywhere we are discussing that for how much time the capacitor will be charged, it will be discharged, etc. So if we integrate it and if we give some limit, then only we can find out what will be the value of VCT. Okay, right? So we will do integration. So if we integrate it, what we will get? This side will be logarithm of VO minus VCT, and here if we integrate, it will become minus of this T will come T by RC into C. Okay, and okay, one constant will come, so it will be say K1, some constant has come, right? So give some equation everywhere. This is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Okay, kept, and then say from here it has come, no, then this one is you can give equation number 3. Okay, and this one you can give equation number 4, right? Equation number 4, right? Now we have to find out the value of K1, and that we have to put in this equation only, so that we can find out what is the value of VCT. Okay, right. Now in order to perform that, we can give some boundary condition in this integration, like 0 to T we can give. So at VCT is equal to 0, when time is equal to 0, or at initial position, what will happen? The K1 value from here, from this equation, we can find out that it will be ln V0. This is 0 only. Okay. Here T is equal to also 0. So in that case, K1 will be ln V0. Okay. Now, if we put this value over here, okay, if we put this value and if we simplify, so finally we are going to get VCT is equal to VO 1 minus e to the power minus T by RCC. So this is something which you will get. Okay, this is something which you will get if you simplify it. Anyhow, these things are not that important, so I'm not discussing in depth. And the time required by a condenser, the time which is required by a condenser or capacitor to attain 0.638 times of its charging voltage. Okay, that means charging voltage is V0. Okay, that means 0.638 V0. So generally that is mentioned as tau, and it is known as time constant. It is known as time constant, which is equal to RC into C. Okay, so further you can put this tau value over there. So finally you can put in the first equation IC equal to Vy. You have seen like V0 minus Vt by RC. So in that, if you are putting this V0 value, okay, so you will sometimes find that this ICT will be equal to V0 by RC into e to the power minus T by RCC. Okay, RCC. So this is another one you can get, right? But that is not so important. That's why I did not. I'm not discussing much about. Okay. Now moving forward to the second type of circuit. So this is about RC circuit. Okay. So the second type of circuit which we have is the rotary impulse type circuit. Okay. So shall we move forward, or will study in the next class? Rotary impulse type. Vinod sir. Okay, so in 5 minutes it is not possible to finish. Okay, so in next class we will be discussing about rotary impulse type as well as remaining two types of generators. Okay, so if anyone has any question, you can ask.
Sir, no, sir. Just a